Welcome to Danimal's House, everyone. Today we're going to take a closer look at the eHydro functions on John Deere compact tractors. Let's take a look. So eHydro is a function that I thought was just standard on John Deere tractors. Like back in 2005, I bought a 4310 compact tractor. It had the eHydro on it, and that was my first machine I ever bought. I was in my early 20s, and basically I didn't know any better. I just thought that's the way the machines worked. It was super smooth. I loved it, and I just thought all the tractors were like that. So then over the years, I got on other compact tractors, drove them here, there. One time I was at a dealership and I took one for a test drive, and I noticed right away there was a whole bunch more noise from the hydraulics working, and the tractor was much more jumpy in response to my foot commands. So I got on the conversation with some of the salesmen at the dealership, and they're like, oh yeah, this is just hydro. It's not eHydro. So there is definitely a difference, and we're going to review those here real quick. So here's the concept as I understand it, okay? So first of all, a hydrostatic transmission just means it's using hydraulic fluid to propel the transmission gears forward, and instead of just a straight up gear mechanics system. So with the eHydro, essentially these pedals are attached to electronic controls, and if you don't have the eHydro, these pedals are connected directly to the gate valve that changes the hydraulic flow to make you go faster or slower. So the way to, I guess, for me to envision that is if I were to go like down real slow, it's going to slowly open the valve, like you're kind of slowly turning on your faucet. And if you go like that, it would go from nothing for flow to full flow and like no in between. It just is a mechanical response. With the eHydro, there's an electronic process that basically opens and closes that gate valve to the transmission. That is very important when it comes to rating how smooth the operation your tractor is going to have. So this has the eHydro. I want to show you kind of the differences and how you can better understand it. So if you think you want that option, you can take it. I looked at how much it cost. I want to say it was like $1,500 to add the eHydro, and I am 100% convinced that I would do that again because it's just so smooth, plus it adds cruise control. So let me do a quick demonstration here. So here's what we're talking about here. First of all, if I want to go super slow, I'm just going to barely touch it, and I am just completely crawling here. Like I'm going like a 1/4 inch at a time here. And then if I want to go faster, obviously you go, it's got A, B, C, D for the range. So there is a little setting on here that has your eHydro response time. And so I'm going to go through that. Right now I am in the middle. So if I get going here and I get moving, okay, if I let go, the tractor slowly comes to a stop. If I back up and let go, it slowly comes to a stop, okay? Now, let's just say I go forward and then back. Okay, did you see how smooth that was? I didn't jerk at all, okay? Now, let's just say I turn it way up for its responsiveness. Okay, so now as soon as I touch it, it's responding. If I go back, it's faster. I can feel it. It's like I'm slowing down faster, I'm accelerating faster, and I'm changing direction faster. It's just tighter. Okay, now if I go all the way to less responsive, watch how slow this is. Okay, huge difference. So, you know, if you want to, let's say you're going fast, like you're in B or you're in C, you actually want it to really gradually speed up and slow down because you don't want to be that aggressive or hard on your tractor's equipment. So, and then let's say you're like in a short proximity, you're loading up something and you really want that response and you're a good enough operator to handle that, then absolutely go ahead, crank it up. But in this case, I pretty much find that I like it right in the middle. So it's a nice smooth response, forward, back, and I love it. Okay, so now let's take a look at cruise control. All right, so the cruise control is pretty much exactly like your car or truck. So if once I get going, I can hit the cruise control on button, I can hit the set button, and I am not touching the pedal, and I'm going here. I've got a plus, so I can go faster. I've got minus, so I can go slower. Okay, if I hit the brake, it stops. Okay, curious to see if I can do cruise control in reverse, and I cannot. Cannot do cruise control in reverse. But that's your cruise control, and then it's got one other function that I'll show you that's on the eHydro. Okay, so the other function I'm going to talk about here is the auto throttle. So basically, if you turn the function on, you can have your throttle set down all the way, and the tractor is going to automatically adjust the engine speed to compensate for whatever needs it's sensing from the operator. So if I'm going real slow right here, it revs me up a little bit, okay? If I give her, okay, I'm not touching the throttle, and I went from 2,000 RPMs down to nothing. If I back up, okay, now I'm 2,000, I let off, I got back down to idle, okay? So back in the day with farming, sometimes you had like a little foot pedal for throttle, and so you could rev it up when you were going and hauling something, and then if you were slowing down and you wanted your hydraulics to be lighter with your in response to your commands, you could do it that way. So that's kind of a nice option with this. So anyway, that's auto throttle. All right, everyone, that pretty much summarizes my ability to demonstrate and explain the eHydro function on the John Deere compact tractors. I'm not exactly sure if it's available on every model. You'd have to consult with dealership on that. I know I'm in the 3 Series with this tractor, and it was an option in the 3R series. And so you just have to check with the dealership to see if that's available. Guys, if you liked the episode, please click for me, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next episode of Danimal's House.